Hi class, this is the first in a series of 3 videos that are explaining your Chapter 2 assignments, your group assignments. So the first group assignment is going to be your survey project. I have on the screen the Chapter 2 homework guide on the survey project. So you have one article to read for this project, and it is also located in Blackboard. It's right underneath the homework guide, and I put it there because underneath the survey project is kind of crammed with a lot of stuff, and I want you to see the article. The article will help you understand what you need to get at for these surveys along with this particular video. So your group will receive an email, and the email will tell you your group members and the surveys that you're responsible for. So each group gets a different set of 4 surveys. So for example, the email sent to you and your group members will say you have been assigned to surveys 1 through 4. And then you'll go into Blackboard and you'll see that the surveys are posted to Blackboard in those groups. So there's a Word document that contains surveys 1 through 4, for example. Once you've gotten that email and you're ready to work on this part of the project, you're going to look at the surveys, and for this part, you're going to review and analyze the surveys. So again, before you decide to analyze them, you will need to read that article. Once you've read the article, you're going to go to the surveys, look them over as a group, and then you're going to bring up the group survey form. And the group survey form is located in Blackboard under the group survey assignment. So you'll see it there. So this further explains my expectations for the part 1 of the survey project. So you're going to read over the surveys and you're going to ask yourself these 4 questions. Look for these things. And those directly relate to answering the 4 questions. So as a group, your job is to accurately answer these 4 questions. Grammar and punctuation are counted, so you want to make sure that you take good notes and have good answers that are well-written answers. So in that sense, the surveys, I want you to list the surveys that are well written. I also want you to tell me why. You can't just list surveys 1 through 4 or 1 and 3 were good. You have to tell me why here. On all of them, you need the why. And the article you read will tell you how to kind of figure the answers out to these questions. One thing that I want to address is the surveys in a format that can be summarized and tabulated quickly and accurately. And although the article goes through that, I want to make sure you understand that that involves looking at the scale of the survey and making sure that when you get the survey back from your clients or customers, that you can then understand the results of the survey. Can you count up and be able to summarize what the customer is thinking? So that often involves like a consistent scale. So question 1 should have a scale of 1 to 5. So should question 2, 3, 4, etc. Not all of them have to have the same scale. Sometimes you need a yes or no question answer in there. Sometimes you need an area just for comments or something like that. But that's what you're looking for. So I'm going to close out of that. That's part 1. Part 2 is that you're going to design a 10-question survey as a group. So you're going to take the situation that I give you here, and then you're going to design your own survey accordingly. So you need to come up with questions. You need to use correct grammar and punctuation. Then you are going to be required to use Microsoft Word and insert a table with form controls, and that allows you to format the survey in a professional manner. So also out on Blackboard, you have another document under the survey group assignments that's called Adding Form Controls. And this is complete step-by-step directions on how to add form controls. So the first thing that you might need to do if you don't see the Developer tab in Word when you open it up, these are instructions on adding the Developer tab to Word. It's very simple and it shouldn't cause you any problems. The second part is how to insert a table. and that should be relatively simple. And the third part is how to actually add the controls. So this is sort of what your survey should look like when it's all completed, that the customer can click on any one of these boxes and they can clearly read the question. One thing that your survey should also contain, which is in the documentation, is an introductory paragraph, and that creates buy-in for the customer. So it should say something like, the name of your company and why you're asking the customer to complete the survey. It should be a 2 to 3 sentence paragraph at the top. And then you're going to complete your survey. The last step on here is how to save your document. Because you're adding a control into your document, that is a small macro that's written into the document for you when you add the control. And what that means is you need to save the document as a macro-enabled document. If you don't save it as a macro-enabled document, it will strip the document of those controls, and it will look like you left out the checkboxes from your document, and therefore you'll receive a reduced grade. It will ask you if you try to save it as something different, Microsoft Word should come up with a message stating something like you need to save this as a macro-enabled document. I just don't want you to ignore that. But these directions do go through how to save it properly so that your controls that you worked hard adding are saved in the document. So that's my expectations for the survey part of the project. If you have any questions, as always, please shoot me an email or give me a call. Thanks.